at St. Louis Music Park. An interview yesterday on Balloon Party made its way around Blues Twitter tweets.
Oh, really?
It was the reason why Jordan Kyrou was trending on the Twitter tweets. And it was because of what Jeremy Rutherford said to a question we were discussing at the tail end of this program, and that is percentage of likelihood that Jordan Kyrou gets traded. Now, not necessarily by March 8th, the trade deadline for this year, but by the time his no-trade clause kicks in. I asked Jeremy Rutherford that. The non-ling had told me he's at 52%. I think it's going to happen as well. I'm at 67%. What percentage did you?
I was at 40.
40%. All right, here's Jeremy Rutherford.
Here's what I think about Kyrou. I would give that a 50 to 60% chance that he's going to be traded before the no-trade clause kicks in, and that might be a little low for some. I just think that it's right there in the middle. But I think this. I would be shocked if Jordan Kyrou finishes his 8-year contract with the Blues in St. Louis. He might make it past the no-trade clause when it kicks in, and I realize that would give him control before that point, and that might not make a lot of sense to people. But I don't know that the Blues are going to be able to pull off a trade with Jordan Kyrou between now and then. But once it does kick in, Tim, like Doug Armstrong always says, if we want to trade a player, regardless of if they got a no trade, we'll figure out a way to get it done. I would be shocked if he finishes the 8-year contract in St. Louis.
There you go.
Yeah.
So as far as between now and the no-trade clause kicking in, which is 2025, he puts that at 50, 60%. And it's one thing if it's like me and you and the non-ling via text BSing about it, just kind of throw. But when you have the guy who is, I think, the most well-known person covering the Blues, putting it at 50, 60%, that really surprised people. And so that's what got that going yesterday on the Twitter tweets. I like hearing it because I think it's the right move. I realize it carries risk, but the best way I can sum it up is I would say it's a 50% chance he ever realizes his potential, but it's a 100% chance that you know he's going to cost you $8 million a year, and it is a long, long contract.
Yeah.
And this is an organization that isn't in a position to take a chance. Plus, it's an organization whose style of play at the moment doesn't necessarily lend itself to what may be his strengths. And Doug, you say he needs to play a 200-foot
game, better in the neutral zone.
Nice.
Finish his checks. He needs to finish his checks.
Is that right?
Yeah, just stumbled upon that.
I don't know how often he starts. Todd Reesing is not happy with the discussion.
Oh, no.
Doug and Plowhawk, you are playing him in the Fan Page Club Championship. I can't keep track of these matches.
I think he did agree, so that's good. That's a positive thing.
I never thought I'd say this, but this is a Brandon Crawford show today, not a Jordan Kyrou show.
What? I mean, this is a 37-year-old. Like, we can't be talking about that.
Plowhawk, I got a screenshot here of you arguing with Tom Ackerman. Doug, those are words I never thought I'd say.
It wasn't really an argument. I mean, we kind of
What's going on?
Buried the hatchet.
What do we got going on here?
Well, he showed highlights. To me, it was very deceiving. He said, "This is the Cardinal, who the Cardinal just got," and he's showing highlights of Brandon Crawford 13 years ago. And so my whole point was, you know, our starting right fielder this year was, you know, in 4th grade when these highlights came out. This is not quite the player the Cardinals are currently getting.
So here's the exchange. Some Brandon Crawford highlights with your coffee. Good morning. That's from Tom Ackerman. Plowhawk responds, "This was him 13 years ago, LOL." Ackerman writes, "I should have posted a video of his failures at age 37. You're right." Oh, if you get Tom Ackerman going.
And I could have went a lot of directions here, but I respect Tom Ackerman because it sounds like he just called the signing a failure. So I was like, but no, I like the guy. So I just was saying it was kind of deceiving that this isn't the guy we're getting. But then we you know, looking down on the comments, we buried the hatchet. We're all good. I was not angry at all. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
What Tommy Ack? How can you be mad at that guy?
No, you can't.
How much did he get?
Doug, do you have that information? Why don't we take a break? We'll look it up.
Somebody's got it. I mean,
I'm sure
why
it's just
don't you get it?
minimum. I look on the phone. Brandon Crawford's salary.
every time I get on my phone, people say, "Who's playing with his phone again?"
And now, what kind of liability might you have if people are driving on the road and are put to sleep and cause an accident?
Oh, gosh. I don't think that's on us.
They don't pay to play here.
You're the counselor.
I'm just saying, I see a theory of liability there emerging out of this bunker discussion.
I think you could change the channel if you thought it would wake you up.
Well, but that's the thing is you never know, you know?
You
I mean, it
just
could
doze
go
right
either
off.
way, right? I mean, this thing could be just cruising along beautifully and then just take that sharp right off that cliff.
And all of us
happens.
would be liable. We'd all get sued. Every one of us.
They're definitely coming after your personal assets.
Probably so.
And that'll take care of the first, $10 of the judgment. And
Oh my God! Now you're taking a shot. I guess I'm
I'm
next.
just having a little fun here at everyone else's expense.
Mr. Licks is a texter on the program, one of the favorites of the audience, and he says Iggy is so upset about having to show up on time after a commercial break that he's actually begun to berate the title sponsor of the show. That's from Mr.
There it is. Well, I don't think
When
it's
did I
because
berate
you.
it?
No.
Dumbass.
Oh, come on.
There's Kelly Chase. He's back in.
All the guys in here to make the show.
Here it is.
He's coming in.
And we still
sharp.
suck.
Well, none
Kelly
of
Chase meet Ed Herman, Brown and
How are
Crouppen,
you?
the great Kelly Chase.
Good to meet you.
What's going on? Look at this, Doug. Ours really is the type of program. What do you think of this closet, Chaser?
It's good. You've been in worse.
Yeah, everywhere's been worse than this.
I have been. Kelly Chase was scheduled for 9 o'clock, so that was bad hosting on my
Is that
part.
right? What time is it?
It's 9 o'clock.
I can.
Very prompt. Very prompt.
This question. I thought Doug came out of the closet a long time ago.
What in the world's that mean?
We're doing a show in a closet, I think.
Come on. Doug, get together.
Ed, always great to talk it over with
No,
you.
I'm going to turn the mic over to Kelly.
Yeah, the Blues Enforcer is in studio. Always wonderful to talk it over there.
Absolutely, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Ed Herman, Kelly Chase is tagging in, tagging out. How about that, Doug?
That's how we work.
This is a real variety program,
Guest-heavy
isn't it?
show.
Yeah, this is a real variety program.
And
Just take a break while
Look at this, we're doing it. Yeah, I mean, I
look at
know.
selfie.
Yeah, Plowhawk, I do have one more
Wonderful.
break I got to hit, right? Is that right?
Yeah, we
I
do.
don't know, I
It
feel
just-
like if I did that with Chase, he might throw me through the wall.
Well, he
and I
doesn't
don't
want to
know.
wait in the kitchen. It's so.
I was waiting for the phone call or the text going, "Hey, a-hole, I'm outside." And,
Oh.
yeah, but
See you, buddy.
Figured my way in. How you been, buddy?
yeah, look at you. So what's going on? I mean, I can't wait to. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to talk it over here. First off, because I'll probably go deep into the weeds. Let's talk about what you were texting me. I saw Jr. text about it or tweet about it yesterday. What's coming up, and it's a pretty cool thing. And I know a lot of our listeners will love this. So go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to do a game. We're going to do a hockey game, another charity game. And people go, oh, these charity games these guys do, these older guys that are messing around. It's funny because there's about 5 goalies that are playing forward, it seems like. Like, that'll be comedy on its own, But Mike Richter and Eddie Belfour and guys like that that have been around the league a long time, they want to play forward. Cujo wants to play forward. Brian Elliott called me last night. He's like, I'll play goal forward. I just want to be there. So we're going to have a game, a charity game. It'll be run in conjunction with the Jimmy V Foundation and Siteman's for blood research. And Tony's going to be one of the poster child guys with me, and Troy Murray and Brian Boyle's in remission. We've actually got a guy here in St. Louis that's been suffering for a while by himself, not saying anything. So hopefully at some point we can get him to, because it's a tough enough thing to do by yourself.
Sure.
And another one of our players, and so we're going to be the Make-A-Wish kids, and then but we've got a great grouping of guys. Like last night, I was talking to Coach Payton, Sean Payton, and he's going to coach one of the teams, and he goes, I bought 8 blocks of ice time. I'm going to see how it goes, and then maybe I'll play. I go, you think if you skate 8 times, you're going to be ready to play? And he goes, dude, I've skated before. And I go, I know you have, but I go, and listen, if you want to play, you can play. But you got Cuba Goody, Cuba canceled yesterday, but Dirk Bentley's playing in the game. Awesome. D.B. Sweeney, Dave Coulier, a couple of our buddies, that are just actors. And
Can you get some big
former
names
athletes.
to take part in this?
Well, I called Garth. I went Garth Brooks,
Smart.
and I'm talking to him on the phone, and I'm saying, hey, dude, And I go through this whole thing about this game, and at the end I said, surely there's something we can come up with where we could use as a fundraiser. And he goes, shit.
Oh, watch your language! Oh,
Is this one of these ones we
you're
can't
good.
swear on?
no!
You're good.
Oh my God!
It's not my first
Here come
run
the
in.
fines.
And he goes,
Gives a damn.
went to this remarkable doctor, Trish Herford. She works with everything but infectious disease. Most impressively, not afraid to get into the Eastern European side of it, whether it be with CBD and THC and stuff like that. I spoke with her at the Capitol with Turley, Kyle Turley,
Yeah.
who's now walking, by the way, who wasn't. And just, she's impressive, and she's impressive in so many ways. And she just said, I want to just do blood work on you. A friend of mine, Gina Gamblin, had sent me to her. And it was on Friday. On Monday, I was getting surgery. And Monday, she's texting me in the morning, don't get in that chair. And I'm saying, why not? Call me. And she said, well, I'm on a flight from Houston or Austin. And just don't get in that chair. Well, then her nurse called. And, of course, now we have an oral surgeon and a nurse having a conversation. You know who's going to win that battle, right? So the doc's doing surgery. So he does surgery, takes part of a clip of my root of my tooth off my jawbone, packs cadaver bone up in there, sews it all up, and I'm in the lobby and my phone's blowing up. And she just basically screaming at me, like, what were you thinking? Are you bleeding a lot? And I'm like, no. She goes, I wanted to actually make a comment going, have you seen me fight? I don't bleed. And then I just said, no. And she said, I want you to go over to Siteman's emergency right now. And I said, what the hell am I going over there for? And she said, get over to Siteman's now. And an hour and a half later, I was sitting in a room with 3 doctors. And my doctor just looked at me and he said, you think you got gout? And I said, no. And he said, because they've been treating you for gout. I said, I know. Doesn't work. He says, well, the chemo will get rid of the swelling in your body. And I said, the chemo? He said, Kelly, what you have is aggressive acute leukemia. And he said, I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea who you are. And I have no idea about hockey. But these 2 gentlemen over here, they seem to think you're the toughest guy that walked the soil of St. Louis. And I have 20-some people on the other side of this wall that are concerned for you. So I got to make you better. And that's my job.